Today, I am joined by Joubert Abraham, Managing Director of Abraham Global Marketing, a LinkedIn training and marketing firm in New Jersey. He's widely known as the LinkedIn guy. Joubert has 12 years of entrepreneurship, sales, and marketing experience, and he has an MBA from Northeastern University. When he's not running AGM, Joubert is a social media marketing professor at CUNY Baruch College in New York City, and he's been a TAB member for over a year now. Joubert, if you're ready, I will hand it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again, Julie. Can you hear me? Great. All right, folks, let's get started. I want to say thank you again to Julie. Thank you to the TAB corporate team for having me on this webinar today. I am super excited to share with you how you can use LinkedIn to grow your business. So let's jump right in. All right. So our agenda for today, what we're going to cover is first a little bit about me, who am I, a little bit about, then we're going to talk about LinkedIn. Why is LinkedIn very important right now for your business? How you can use the platform to really grow your business. Then we're going to highlight the power of your LinkedIn profile, how to really build a highly targeted referral network using LinkedIn. And after that, we're going to talk about the success stories. I have a couple case studies for you I want to go over. And we're also going to be doing a live demo of, jumping onto my LinkedIn profile, showing you exactly what I'm talking about, sharing, real life stories for you guys to see exactly how to use this platform to really help you grow your business, and answer any questions you may have at the end to make sure that this information is valuable to you. So let's move on to the next slide. All right. So I'm hoping everyone can see my slides. A bit about me. Born and raised in Haiti. I speak 3 languages, Creole, French, and English is my third. A lot of people can't say my name properly, so they're calling me LinkedIn guy. I've co-authored 2 books that were recently published last year. She said I have 12 years of marketing, sales, and entrepreneurship experience. I have an MBA from University, and as she mentioned as well, I am the owner of AGM. AGM, as you know, is a social media marketing company specifically focusing on LinkedIn marketing and LinkedIn training for small and mid-sized companies all around the U.S. And I'm also a professor at CUNY Baruch College in New York City. So, what is LinkedIn for you? Despite the platform that you use and how really it's why and people for to reach you out and really into detail and right? All 100 countries, 2 million in Venezuela, 11 million in in 11 million in Ecuador. You're talking about 1 million in UAE. So it's all over the world. You have people that are using this platform. And believe it or not, it's one of the best tools that you can use to really grow your business. And right now, the best thing about LinkedIn, it's really, some of the stats that a lot of people don't know about it. So you're looking at 35% of users access LinkedIn every single day. 1 out of 3 professionals on the planet has a LinkedIn profile. As you probably already know, Microsoft just acquired a company for over $26 billion. And Jeff Weiner, the CEO of LinkedIn, mentioned at one of his speeches that he's looking to have over 3 billion people on LinkedIn in the next 10 years. So there's a lot of opportunity for you and your business, and right now to start developing their competitive edge that your competition don't have yet by leveraging this platform. And 41% of people access their LinkedIn profile from their mobile device. So as you can see, mobile is a big trend. So that's why it's very, very important to have the proper LinkedIn profile, to have the right information on there, and be mobile optimized, because this is where it's going right now. So now let's talk a little bit about, you right now, what exactly you want to do with LinkedIn. What is your goal with the platform? How do you want to leverage that platform to help you expand your business? So let's jump into your goal for 2016. Why is LinkedIn so important? Why is LinkedIn is a tool that I need to start using right now to grow my business? All right. So when you're looking at that, what I want you to think about is in terms of think about how can you use the platform for personal branding, networking, strategic partnership, generate referrals, acquire new clients. This is all different ways that you can start really leveraging the platform to help you develop, a business that no one else has. So for your goal for 2016, you really want to think about, okay, where can I get the best with LinkedIn? Is it personal branding? How can I network with the quality people that I'm looking to network with? Look at the strategies that you're looking to do. How can I acquire new clients with this platform? Should I be the one using it, or should my team be the one using it? Really think about how LinkedIn come into play in your current marketing strategy. It's going to be very, very important for you to succeed with the platform. So to do that, you really got to start looking at your LinkedIn profile, because everything starts with your profile. Your profile is a duplication of you on LinkedIn in this massive platform over 433 million people. How do you set yourself apart from the masses? A lot of people doesn't have the profile fully optimized. A lot of people doesn't have all the right information on the profile. So you really want to start thinking right now, is your profile fully optimized? How's your team and your sales professionals profile? How are the employees profile in your company? Does everybody have the right keywords, the right information on their profile? And this is why LinkedIn is so powerful, because your profile is not only just for you, but also represents your company, and the people that are in your company have to have the right information on your profile. So you can see here, there's over 25 million profiles views on LinkedIn every single day. So imagine how many people are looking at your profile every day that you probably never thought about. Some of them could be customers, some of them could be vendors, some of them could be potential customers, clients that you could probably capture on this platform. But if you don't have the right information on your profile, you're definitely going to miss out on this wonderful opportunity and really start building this relationship with these key people. So you really want to think, okay, now everybody has profiles on LinkedIn. What can I do right now to differentiate myself from the masses? What do I need to have to bear on my profile to make sure that I'm set apart from the rest, that when someone comes to my profile, they feel like I really speak to them and they want to do business with me, or they want to connect with me, they want to develop relationship with me, or even think about your sales team and your employees at your company. Is their profile optimized properly? And if someone or potential clients look at their profile, how would they feel about doing business? So what I want to cover here, I'm going to go into a live demo afterward, but just really want to highlight some key things on there that we're going to talk about. When you're looking at your LinkedIn profile, you want to make sure you have the right headline. The headline has to be optimized, and I'm going to show you in the demo section how to exactly optimize your headline on LinkedIn. And then your professional photo. A lot of us I've seen on LinkedIn doesn't have a picture or have a selfie. We don't want to have that. You need to have a professional photo because it's a networking platform. People want to network with you, just like you would go to an event. They get to see who you are. They get to do that on LinkedIn as well. So having a professional photo is by far one of the most important part of LinkedIn. Then we talk about your summary. The summary, this is where you highlight your story, your years of experience, how you're able to help people, the value that you bring, what differentiates you from others. This is also a place where you could optimize with keywords on how people can find you on LinkedIn. Then your contact information. I noticed that a lot of people have a LinkedIn profile, but they're in business, but nobody knows how to get in contact with them. you have to make sure you have your contact information on LinkedIn. How could someone reach out to you beside the inbox? If they want to call you, they need to ask you a question right away. So having the contact information is important. Education and interest. This is an amazing way to build rapport with people on LinkedIn and start conversation. You'd be surprised. I had clients who have gotten business from people that went to the same school that they did, but if they did not have the university that they attended on their profile, it would have never happened. And I have other folks that built rapport based on the interest that they have. They play golf, they play soccer. That's important information to start conversation. Then adding any presentation video that will add value to your audience. Think about your current audience right now. Some tips or insights that you can provide to them that will be able to add that additional value that they're looking for. And if you've done any projects or volunteering experience, it's very important to add those as well on your profile. So when we go to the demo, I'm going to highlight my profile and go over it. And I'm also going to give you a tool that you can use to test the strength of your profile and activities on LinkedIn. I believe that tool can be very, very useful for you. Now, a little bit about the profile. I mentioned earlier, it's about optimizing that profile. Well, how do you do that? Well, to do that, you need to focus on keywords. Everything on LinkedIn is keywords oriented. So think about, what would your prospect look for? If you're in insurance, if you're in financing, so what ties those do your prospect search for? When your prospect is searching for you, what are some of the keywords that they use? In this example, we have auto insurance agent, we have wealth manager. So you really want to ask that questions to you and your sales team. What services are your prospect looking for that you offer? You got to speak like your prospect would speak to you. You got to think like your prospect would think when they're thinking about doing business with someone like yourself or someone in your industry. So you really want to focus on, for example, here I talked about insurance industry, elder care, healthcare, finances, manufacturing, and so forth. And believe it or not, the location is very important as well. So you want to highlight, where are you located? Where are you doing business? Is it here? We have Parsippany, Morristown, Madison, Piscataway, but it could be in Colorado, it could be in DC, it could be in California. Where exactly are you doing business? It's important to highlight that in your profile as well. Just to give you guys an example, this is how you would optimize your profile with having the right keyword. This is actually a summary that you start writing in. As you can see, I have been a web developer in Morristown for over 15 years. I became web developer to help professionals and small business owners. As you can see, web developers is highlighted twice. So in the summary, why? Well, it's in a sentence, but also that person is a web developer. If they're looking for web developer, they're going to put keyword web developer. So you want to make sure that keyword is within the summary of the profile, really highlight the story that the person is trying to share. Now, once you have your profile ready with, I'm going to show you the demo later on, then the next step, after you have the right profile, you have the right information, now it's time to build that referral network. A lot of us get business through referrals, and referrals may be one of the main sources for business for us. Well, on LinkedIn, you can build your own referral network. So I want to share a few things with you here to really highlight how you can build that quality referral network on LinkedIn. So when you're developing your LinkedIn marketing plan, the very first step in the strategy is to develop a network of strategic partners. All right, this is part of the referral network that we talked about. So how do you do that? Well, you got to really identify who is a good referral partner for you. Who are great people that you can partner with that will definitely send business your way, that you can send business their way. So you want to create a questionnaire like this one. What are their role or title? Remember, LinkedIn is very keyword oriented, so this is very important to have. The president, the VP of marketing, or the CEO of the company. Then you want to highlight what are their industry? Is it in finance? Is it in healthcare? Is it in manufacturing? That's important to know because LinkedIn will filter out their whole database based on the specific keywords that you have set up. And then where they're located. And what is the company size? One thing LinkedIn doesn't allow you to do is to see the revenue. So you can kind of gauge that based on company size. Is it 11 to 50 employees? Or is it 51 to 200 employees? Or is it more? Or is it a smaller business with just 1 to 10 employees? You really want to identify your target audience by asking these key questions. And you want to also ask What do they read? What kind of article do they read? Where do they do business? What kind of products or service they're looking to purchase, or who they do business with that I can do business as well. All right. Then once you build out that and you wonder, okay, now I have all this information. How do I build that network? What do I have to do to really build out that network? Well, to build out that network, there are a couple of strategies you can use. You know, the very first one is the advanced search tool. This is one of the most powerful search tools that LinkedIn has available. And I'm going to jump right in a few when I do the demo to show you the power of that platform, because it allows you to tap into your networks, your networks, and so forth. LinkedIn groups are different communities that are on LinkedIn, you know, for different industries, and there are hundreds of thousands of people in these groups. Some of them are amazing professional. We actually had a client that was able to generate new business from one of the LinkedIn groups that he was affiliated with. And then we're also going to talk about LinkedIn company pages. If you're focusing and targeting specific companies, either to develop a referral strategic partnership or even to have them as clients, well, they may have a LinkedIn company page. So how do you use that company page to your advantage to really find the key people, the key decision makers, the key influencers? Because nowadays, sometimes not just one person that makes the decision. You may have 2, 3, or 4. So you may have to identify these folks and really start building relationship with all 3 of them before you get someone to say yes to what you're looking to do. All right? Then once you have that network built out, you build out that network, you did all that, you did the search, you find the key people, you add them to your network. The next step is you want to stay top of mind. Because if you don't stay top of mind, it's very easy for folks to don't remember who you were. So it's very important to figure out, how can I stay top of mind with my network that I've built? I have 200-300 people as LinkedIn connection. It's a very strong, powerful network. Now, how do I stay top of mind with them? Well, here are some examples of what you can do to stay top of mind. And a lot of folks should start doing that more to really take it to the next level. So LinkedIn allows you to, you know, to say happy birthday or happy anniversary to your connections. You want to take advantage of that too, because there you can congratulate and help them celebrate important times. But that's another way to stay top of mind, because, you know, when you say happy birthday to someone, you could easily start engaging them in a conversation by saying, hey, happy birthday, I'm excited for you. Do you have any plan? That's an easy way to initiate that conversation. Right? You could congratulate them about a specific time in their life. If they've been in a company for 10 years, I'm going to show you an example on how to do that. And the other way to stay top of mind is to share articles and your professional activities using LinkedIn status update. All right? Like right now, I'm doing this webinar. I shared that webinar link before I did this webinar earlier today with my network, because I believe it's important for everyone to attend this webinar. All right? So just to give you examples of how do you stay top of mind with your network. You know, happy anniversary, John. You've been with the company for 10 years. That's awesome. How are you planning to celebrate? You know, that's a very simple way. You know, instead of just using LinkedIn template happy anniversary or happy birthday, you want to add on to it. By adding a questions right here, you actually engaging that person. You're starting a conversation with them. When you just say happy anniversary using LinkedIn's template, that's it. Then the conversation is done. Person will reply to, oh, thank you very much, and that's it. You know, you don't want that. You want to start engaging and initiating conversation with them, because it's a platform, it's a social platform, so you have to be social. All right? And then the other part is when you're using the status update, you want to share, you know, how you are, you know, working in your professional career. So I'm hosting a mentor program for urban youth, very passionate about helping others. I do a lot of community service. That's a great way to share what I'm doing to the world. And guess what? I've been approached by different nonprofits. I've been able to join nonprofit board by sharing some of this content with people. All right? Now, once you stay top of mind, right, you develop your profile, you build out your network, and you find ways to stay top of mind with your network. Now, this is where, you know, the rubbers meet the road. This is where you want to actually start reaching out to that audience. So this is called the outreach process. And all that really is setting up time to get together with them. either via a phone call or a webinar or a lunch appointment if they're local. You want to find ways to take people off the LinkedIn platform to start building those face-to-face, and because people do business with people they like, know, and trust. So to make sure that happens, you want to build those relationships with them. So here's the homework for you. What I would like for you to do is it's a 4-step process. First is once you have your profile ready and you build out your network and you've been staying top of mind, you want to identify 100 of your current connections who fits prospecting or referral criteria that you're looking for. LinkedIn allows you to categorize your connection in the database, and then you want to be able to reach out to them with a personal inbox message. And the sole purpose of reaching out is to set up appointments, either via call or coffee or tea or webinar, some type of way where you can take that conversation off LinkedIn. And when you do that, the purpose of it is to not sell to them right away or pitch what you do, but to build relationship. Because at the end of the day, you want to build that strong referral network. These people got to know you. You got to get to know them. You guys got to know what each other do and how each other can help each other. So that's going to be very important to do in the 4-step process. It's really identify, categorize, reach out, and then set up time to have a conversation. So right now, what I would like to do is I want to jump in onto the demo very quickly, and I want to share with you my screen to show you guys, you know, what you can do with LinkedIn in terms of what we just highlight. So right now, all you guys can see my screen here, okay? Now, one key tool that I mentioned in the beginning of the webinar is, okay, how do I find out, you know, profile audit or my LinkedIn presence audit? Well, there's a tool which it's called LinkedIn Social Selling Index. And you can go to linkedin.com/sales/SSI. As you can see on my screen here, this is the social selling dashboard. You go to the site, if you log in onto LinkedIn, it will automatically pull up your social selling dashboard and will show you the number here, 83 out of 100. That's your social selling score. I am rated as one of the top 1% in my industry and top 1% in my network. The average here is about 25. So as long as we start being active on LinkedIn, you're going to be able to increase your score. And as you can see here, below 22 out of 100 is normally the sales professionals score here. And people in your network have an average of 44. So you really want to think, how can I improve that score and just expand my presence on LinkedIn? That's going to be very important. So now let's jump back into my LinkedIn profile. All right, good. So this is the home page here. When I mentioned share status update, this is where you would do that. You would easily share an update with the world, people that's within your network publicly, or you can even take it further by sharing it public and on Twitter. So it goes to 2 different platforms at once. So now let's jump into my profile very quickly so you could get a chance to see my LinkedIn profile. All right. And by the way, guys, I would definitely encourage everyone on this webinar to connect with me on LinkedIn, Gilbert Abraham. You could do a quick search on top and be able to connect with me. And as you can see, this is how the world sees my profile. Now, one thing with my profile, as you can see in the background, I have the name of my company, and up here I have my email and phone number. I want to make sure that it's very simple for anyone who wants to reach me, get in contact with me. So I added my company and I did my contact information. When I mentioned that you have to optimize your keyword, once you have your background header set up, you have your professional photo, this is where the magic start happening. Here, you know, here is your keyword section. This is your headline. You could put CEO of XYZ company, but nobody really know what XYZ company is or how you can benefit or help them. You have 120 characters in this line alone that you can take full advantage of. So you really want to think about keywords that your prospect or client or referral partner will think of, that they will look for when they're looking for someone on LinkedIn like yourself. So for me, I do LinkedIn training. So I'm a LinkedIn trainer. I do keynote speaking engagements, and then I highlight how I'm able to help my clients in one sentence. So with 120 characters, I would strongly suggest you take full advantage of this section of your LinkedIn profile. All right. Now, as I go down here, not only I have my contact information up there, but I also have my contact information here, so folks can get in contact with me. And then when I scroll down, you can see my summary here. Now, my summary, it highlight a few things. I have my professional background, highlight a little bit about my personal, and then some of the folks that I'm being able to work with, what exactly do I do. And then in the bottom here, I also have how I'm able to help my clients, and I have my contact information again. I want to make it very simple that anyone who wants to get in contact with me can easily go on the summary and be able to do it. Now, as you can see here, this is the content that we talked about. You can add video content. As you see here, this is a testimonial from one of my clients. You can have PowerPoint presentation, different ways that you can add value. If you do tips on accounting or different way that you can bring value to whoever's looking at your profile. And as you scroll down here, I also highlight in what I do, keywords. Because when you do a search on LinkedIn, it looks for keywords optimization several different ways. One, it looks at your headline that we share. It also looks at the title. Here, as you can see, I have LinkedIn Trainer again. So you want to make sure that you add the keywords to every different part of your LinkedIn profile. You want to add the keywords as well on your skill sets or endorsement section. That's a really good way for folks to find you. The endorsement section not only is keyword oriented, but you can also get a lot of endorsement from folks that have worked or done business with you. All right. I have my university, the interest, my birthday, once again, my contact information, make it very simple for folks to find me. And then recommendation. Recommendation is very powerful because you can say that you're great, but imagine people that you worked with in the past saying that you're great and the great work that you've done for them. That's big value. I've been hired several times by folks just reading my recommendations and people that have, worked with me in the past and have added the recommendation on the LinkedIn profile. So that's important, as well as as you can see, my network. The different groups that you're part of is very important. You want to join groups where your peers are, people in your industry, potential clients, and potential strategic partners. So joining the right group and being part of different communities is very important. All right. So once you have, as you can see, my profile, once you have your profile set up properly, one thing that I mentioned is in terms of building that network, building the referral network. So to do that, you can use several tools. I mentioned the advanced search. So as you can see on top here, there's the big search function, but there's an advanced search function that LinkedIn gives you access to. This is the Backend Database. All right. So in the Backend Database section, this is where all the keywords and everything comes together. So you can use the first degree connection. This is for your network, people that are connected to you already. Second is people that are within your network's network. Okay. And third is people that are networks. So as you can see in my full total network and combination of people that I have access to, the number is about 6.6 million, which is a large number. But I'm not connected to everyone, but the people that I know are connected to people that I don't know yet. So LinkedIn gives you access to this. So think about, if you're building out your referral network, you want to start with your current connections. Assuming that I want to do business with a party, I can easily go to the advanced search. I click first connection. I add in the title. I put attorney, make it current, and then I'm doing the search to see how many attorneys I have in my network. I have 24 attorneys in my network. Well, guess what? If I'm looking to do business with attorneys, I have 24 attorneys in my network. Guess where I will start? I will start with attorneys in my network. I will reach out to them and just start a conversation. If I'm connected to folks I don't know yet, this is a great opportunity to start building relationship with them. So a good way to see your full database of people that you're connected to is go to my network, then go to connections. This is the back-end side of LinkedIn. This is where I was talking about once you start building your network using the advanced search tool, this is where you can come and instead of just saying happy birthday to Michael, I'll say happy birthday, Michael. Do you have any plan celebrate. So this is an easy way to stay in touch, because now not only I'm staying in touch, but I'm engaging him in a conversation. All right, and as you scroll down here, one part of LinkedIn I want to share with you is the backend database. This is everybody that you're connected to on LinkedIn. This is where they're all are located. So if you have a certain amount of connections, when you scroll up, right here, you can see I highlight here. This is, I have over 3,000 people that I'm connected to. So the value here for you is, I mentioned earlier, if you're looking to really categorize those connections that you have, let's say you develop a plan, you said, hey, I want to target XYZ, and I really want to categorize these folks. You can come here and link, when you hover your mouse on one of your connections in the backend database, LinkedIn has a tag function. This is how you would categorize your connections, because we all have tons of connections and not sure how to organize them. LinkedIn gives you access to that by using the tag functionality. And as I've created several category process, I can easily categorize this gentleman into one of my categories and develop a plan on how I want to reach out to him and build relationship with him. So this is how you would use to organize your LinkedIn, and you would use here to stay top of mind. And once you have that set up, when you start reaching out to folks and you build all this, it's very easy to go to your profile and see who viewed your profile, to start looking at, okay, who has been, looking at my profile, who are a great person that I need to have a conversation with. So you can easily come here and look at who viewed your profile. Since I'm using the premium, it gives me access to folks from the past 90 days. So that's going to be important. If you don't have the premium, you just see people from the past 5 days. But this tool here gives you access to people that who view your profile. And what you can do here, a lot of folks don't do it, is you can, one, connect with them, send out a connection request and say, thank you for taking a look at my profile. Would love to connect with you because I believe there may be value between us. So you want to customize that connection request that you sent out. And it's going to be very important. And I mentioned a couple other ways to expand your network of key referral partners. You can leverage companies by targeting specific companies or leveraging groups. All right? So this is the value that you get with LinkedIn. Once your profile is optimized, you can easily get traffic from here. This is a lot of opportunity that's available to you. Now, to finish things up, what I want to do is I want to share with you a success story, one of our clients that we work with, and how we were able to help them with their LinkedIn profile. So let's jump back in. All right. And then I'm also going to give you guys some takeaway that you can do right away on your every day for 30 minutes that's going to help you in your LinkedIn profile. So we're going to go from, it's a case study. One of my clients is a financial advisor. And what we did for him is develop a strategic partnership solution. And basically, he wanted to partner with CPAs. So we developed a campaign where we target CPAs with their own practice in New Jersey. So the first action step is, once we fixed up his profile, we start looking for CPAs. Once we found a few CPAs, we reached out to 200 CPAs. We were able to connect with 128 CPAs. And out of those 128 CPAs, we're able to schedule 50 appointments. Now, these are phone appointments, lunch appointments, and the result was that he was able to develop a trusted network of 28 CPAs, generated over $30,000 in revenue in 3 months from a partnership with one of these CPAs. So this is the value of this platform and how you can really leverage it to grow your business. Is once you have the right steps in place, there's nothing you can't do with LinkedIn. First, you need to have a plan. Then you need to focus on your profile. Then build out that network, keep in touch, and build relationship with people in your network. And that's all you really need to get things moving forward for you. Now, so to kind of finish everything up and start taking a few questions from the team here, here's a 30 minutes a day plan that you can do every day using your LinkedIn laptop, smartphone, tablet, or even, just a regular desktop. First, you want to log in, check who viewed your profile from the prior day. This may be a great opportunity to follow up with people who are potential contacts that can help you in your business, or you can help them as well. You want to post a status update. You could use a tool like Hearsay, Buffer, Hootsuite. It's different automated tool that you can use to help you with that. Then you want to read and comment on 3 to 5 LinkedIn posts. That takes less than 5 minutes to do. You want to reach out to 3 to 5 of your connections to share an article that will benefit them. That's a great way to build rapport with potential prospect or potential referral partners, because you find articles within their industry and you share that content with them. That's a great way to initiate those conversations. Then you want to look at your network and reach out to 5 new connections to schedule a phone or face-to-face appointment, just to build those relationships. And at the end, one best way to do all this is you want to track what you're doing. If you're not tracking it, then you're wasting your time. It's very important that anything you do on LinkedIn, that you spend the time tracking it so that it's valuable to you in the time that you spend doing it, or your sales team doing it. So with that said, I'm definitely going to be open for questions. I do LinkedIn training, and we also have a do-it-for-you service where we do the work for the client, where we take over their LinkedIn profile, help them market themselves on LinkedIn, help them generate leads on LinkedIn, save them time by doing the work for them. And then we do training from individual training to group training, and help folks all around the country that want to start using LinkedIn as a tool to grow their business. With that said, Julie, I'll pass it on to you to answer any questions you may have.
Great. Thanks, Gilbert. We did have a couple questions come in, and the first one, I apologize if I butcher your name a little bit, but so Sheila has asked if a LinkedIn premium subscription is worth the price.
Okay. LinkedIn subscription is worth the price only if you're planning to use it for heavy prospecting, because you can do a lot of stuff that I show you here on the free account. But if you want to use LinkedIn Premium to really go in and you have a LinkedIn plan set up and you really want to start prospecting to find the right people, then a LinkedIn Premium becomes very handy, because the basic LinkedIn limits you after a certain amount of searches that you do. So you don't want to have that limitation. So I would normally suggest is you set everything up first, you start using LinkedIn day-to-day at first, you develop a plan on how you want to use it, take advantage of the free month to really see if it's worth it for you, then reevaluate at the end of the month to decide on how to move forward.
Okay, thank you. And our next question is, Joe was saying that he had thought that LinkedIn had actually done away with the tagging of profiles. So is that still supported by LinkedIn?
Yes, the tagging tool is still there. It's a great way to organize your profile. What they've gotten away with is the saving your contact before you connect with them. So they removed that feature, but the tagging is still there. It's a very valuable way to organize your profile on LinkedIn and organize the people that you connect with.
Okay, great. And we did have a question about talking about, growing your business page on LinkedIn. Can you use some of these same tricks that you talked about for a business page, or do you have a separate kind of training for that?
Yeah, it's a separate training to growing your business page. Let's say you have a company page on LinkedIn. What I've done with some of my clients is what we do first is make sure that we have the right information and the right content on the LinkedIn company page, but also create a content calendar plan, meaning that you don't want to just have a static page just being there. You want to create a content calendar plan, meaning that what kind of content that's going to be going on that page, either every day or every week or once a month. And once you have that established, then you got to figure out, okay, who do I want to follow my company page? And this is a different strategy that I can highlight offline with anyone who is interested in that, in terms of how to build it, how to grow it. There are several different great strategies that you can use.
Okay, and Eduardo has asked, can I have 2 profiles? I have an audience in Spanish and one in English for different markets and products.
Wow, that's a phenomenal question. I've seen folks with 2 profiles. One thing is you just want to be mindful. Sometimes if LinkedIn realizes that you have 2 profiles, if they're very identical, they can delete one of them. So what I would say, since you have 2 specific audience, I'm assuming you may have one in Spanish and one in English. I will make some minor changes on how the profile look, or maybe even, I use my first name and my last name initial to make sure that it's separate. And then if you're targeting 2 separate audience, that's the way you could do that as well. But I would say just be mindful and be careful, because sometimes if they're exactly the same, identical, LinkedIn could delete one and say, oh, you have a duplicated profile. So just be mindful and be careful.
Okay, and Kim has asked, how does LinkedIn relate to a person's web page? It seems to her like there's a lot of overlap between the two.
Great question, Kim. Normally when someone would Google your name, one of the first things that pops up on the first or second page is your LinkedIn. So that's where the LinkedIn presence come in handy. It's because you're part of a database that has a great relationship on Google, does increase your ranking, and it's the first impression. So you have a website that people can go through, but you also have a LinkedIn. It's just an added portal that more people can find you. It's just creating more exposure. With social media, what it does is just make things more than over what it already is, by giving you access to more people and connect you to more people around the world.
And Steve has asked, can you show how to get to the social selling dashboard one more time?
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here with you guys. That's a great tool that you can use to do a quick audit for yourself. So I'm going to give the link out. It's very simple. Let's see if I could. All right. So the link here is linkedin.com/sales/SSI. So linkedin.com/sales/ the letter S, and then the letter I. So you could easily go on there and should be able to see the social selling dashboard that's available to all of us, and how you can improve, your LinkedIn social selling index.
And
Great.
Andy has asked, with so many different membership levels to choose from, how do you choose which one makes sense for you?
Fantastic question, Andy. If you're looking to just, kind of not really dive right in, but just want to just have a nice profile and have just a core network, not really doing anything too much with LinkedIn, then the basic profile will be for you. If you're looking to do some, heavy networking or even super heavy prospecting, then you can look at the LinkedIn Business Plus package premium, or you can even go up to LinkedIn Sales Navigator. The Sales Navigator is really for having a core sales team, and they're going to be using LinkedIn heavily to prospect and build those relationships. This is where LinkedIn Sales Navigator will come handy. So all depends on what you're planning to do.
Sorry about that. I know, Microsoft recently acquired LinkedIn, so Rick has asked if that acquisition will facilitate or hinder business connections.
That's a great question. I'm excited about the acquisition because I think it's more possibilities, for LinkedIn. And from my personal opinion, I think it will help LinkedIn even more. It will enhance the platform. So I'm excited to see what they come out with next. Not sure if that's gonna hinder it, because when I looked at Jeff Weiner's, letter, he said LinkedIn's still gonna be LinkedIn. He's still gonna be the CEO of LinkedIn. So I'm just looking forward to see what's gonna happen next. But I'm pretty sure and very positive that it will be, some definitely great.
And Jan has asked, do you also use other contact systems such as Outlook or Google?
Yes, I definitely use Outlook, and for some of my clients, they use that. I'm a big fan of Google. So I have Google set up where I can export some of my connections or import some of my connection from LinkedIn to Google.
Okay, and again, I apologize if I get your name wrong, but Kayron has asked, is there a sales SSI page for businesses?
Great question. They have them for personal. So it's just for, your personal profile, not for the businesses. However, if you have some questions about your company page, connect with me on LinkedIn or shoot me an email, and then you and I can chat. I've done a lot of work where I help folks with their company pages, from growing the following to really start leveraging and brand themselves. And, using it even as a lead generation tool, leveraging some of the LinkedIn ads features that are available.
Okay, and Sushil has asked if, are you able to see those SSI stats for your connections as well, or is it just you?
That's a great question. With the changes, you were able to see some of them. So that's a definitely great question. I know with some of the changes, you should be able to still do it. If you want, I can go offline and show you, how you can do it. But right now, I think the most important part is to look at yours and see, okay, how can I get mine to the top first? And then I could look at everybody else. The goal is to make sure that yours is on point because people are going to come look at your profile without you knowing. So you want to make sure that you are on point.
And then lastly, I had a question as well. Social media platforms are very common to change their algorithms or change how they operate. So what is your best advice for staying on top of, how LinkedIn changes and, how to apply that to your business or your personal page?
Absolutely. So, one, I follow LinkedIn. I follow LinkedIn blog. I follow some of the contacts on LinkedIn. I have set up an alert using Google Alert where I get content that's going on. Any changes that happen, I normally know, first day or second day that happens. And then what I also like to do is I share those information with my network. So when you connect with me, you probably will get a status update or notification, or even you could join my mailing list, and then I can share some information with you there as well on what's going on. Just like the acquisition that happened early this week, once I found out about it that same morning, I share it out to specific key people that's on my network, and then later on that day, I share it to everyone in my network. Because it's important information. So that's one of my jobs that I like to do, is stay in top on everything that's going on with LinkedIn and be able to relate that to my network and anybody that I'm working with.
Okay. And actually, after I said that, we did have one more question come in.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind, would you mind to put your contact information back up for anybody who needs it?
Absolutely.
But the question was from John, and he wanted to know how to use your individual page to build your company page. Like, how do you do that best?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. Well, first, once you add the mission, you add your contact information, you add the services, and you have developed that content calendar, then what you want to do is find within your personal page, in your connection database, how many of those connections will be great to follow my company page. In terms of, there could be great contact as a referral partner, there are clients or past clients, and then you can easily send a personal, individualized message to each one, just asking them to, hey, I would love for you to follow my company page. I'm going to be sharing insights and content that I believe will be valuable to you. So that's a very simple way to do that.
All right. Well, I think we have gone through all of our questions.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Gilbert, and thank you for putting your contact information. It is up in case anybody missed it, in case you need it. And you can check out all of our previous BOSS webinars on demand by visiting our website and clicking on the webinars section in the taskbar. We will have information up soon about our July session, and that will be on the overarching topic of sales. So thank you again, everyone, for joining today, and we certainly hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. Have an amazing day, everyone.